The first technique we'll be looking at here is to simply use the keyframe. So at this point in the video, let's write our first word here in the text box, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the keyframe button. Now let's move a few frames over, and then we're going to keyframe again. But at this point, we're also going to write the next word that we want to appear at this point in the video. Now let's move a few frames over. Let's just repeat this one more time. Keyframe, write our new word here. So now if we were to replay this, guys, you will see that each word is going to pop up individually, one after another. And keyframing like this has a pretty broad application when it comes to lyric video animation. The next technique we'll be looking at has to do with the delay effect, which is another very popular technique used often in lyric video. So now with our text written out, let's come to the text box, right click, and then let's go ahead and select follower in the menu. Now let's go to the modifiers tab up top there. Let's just for the time being change delay to 1 frame, and now let's go to the shading tab, and then what we're going to do is to find the offset position here. We're going to keyframe, and at this point what we're going to do is to try to bring this text down a little bit at this point in the video. Now let's move a few frames over to the right, and then what we're going to do is to bring this back up to where it was before. So now you guys will see there's a bit of a delay there already. Now let's go to Spline Editor and change the easing and ease out as well. So now let's go ahead and have a look, guys. You will see that it is okay. You will see that there is definitely a delay in between each letter, but it's not as smooth. So what we're going to do is come back to the delay setting here. We're going to reduce this down a little bit, and this I think is looking way much better, but honestly this just has to do with the preference of the user. Something for you to experiment for sure. All right, so now let's go ahead and also bring a rectangle masking node connected to the text node. We're just going to cover the top here slightly, and then we're going to hit invert, and now you guys will see that we have each letter here pop up one after another with a little bit of a delay in between each. Now, of course, since this technique is so popular, we have to look at another application for it. So let's go ahead and first of all, just set up the delay effect like we did earlier. Now let's come to the shading tab here. Instead of keyframe the offset position, we're going to keyframe opacity here. Now let's move just 1 frame over. Let's bring opacity all the way down to 0. So now let's come back to the timing tab here. We're going to change the order to random, but 1 by 1. So now you guys will see that each letter is going to disappear one after another with just a 1 frame delay. Now we can change this delay once again, either reducing it or bringing it up, depending on that just all comes down to the preference of you as the user. The next technique is also very, very popular, and you see it used all the time in many lyric videos, and that is creating duplicates. So with that being said, once our text is set up here, let's go ahead and bring a duplicate node, and we're going to create 10 copies for the time being. Then let's bring all these copies down to the bottom of the screen here. Make sure they're evenly spaced out. Let's go back to the text node, and we're going to keyframe the size, bring it down to 0. Move a few frames over, bring the size back up to what it was before. Now let's move a few frames over again and bring size back down to 0. So now if we were to play this, you will see that all the words will appear and then disappear at the same time. But the beauty of the duplicate node here is that if you were to change the time offset setting here, as you can see, just by bringing it down a little bit, this will allow you to create this effect, but being applied to each word one after another. So this is the beauty of kind of using a duplicate node. It has so many broad applications, and you can just by using the duplicate node alone, you can create a lot of really cool effects like this. All right, to wrap up our video here, we're going to look at how to quickly manipulate the shape of individual character or a word or an entire line of text. So to do that, we are going to pop over to the transform tab, and we're going to play with XY settings under rotation. Now, one trick here is that if we were to, let's say, click on a depth width to angle, you will see that this will allow you to create a pretty interesting effect right away. Now, another thing we can do is to go to shear and play with the XY settings there. Again, by doing that, you will be able to quickly manipulate the shape of individual character at this point. Now, if we were to, let's say, go to transform, go up there, and in the menu, let's change it to words. So now if we were to go back again and do the same thing, you'll see that this effect is going to be applied to this entire word instead of individual characters. Now, if we were to, let's say, go back up to the transform setting again, and then change that to lines. Now let's go back to the text box and then just create or write down a couple more words here. Now let's go back to the transform tab and just play with these settings again. You will see that this change is now going to be applied to the entire line instead of individual word or character. But guys, yeah, just by doing this, you will be able to really tap into this, the potential of these settings and create some really cool, interesting effect. And the best part, guys, is that all the techniques we've discussed so far can be used along with each other. All right, guys, I hope this video helps. And as always, I will see you next time.